Well, I don't know where you live, but where I am at the moment, it's been rather inclement for the last few days. We've had one nice day, which was Monday, for about the last, I don't know, week, and it's damp again today. So during that damp weather, I've decided I wanted to make myself a little shelf, sort of a shelf that I can sit my laptop on and watch YouTube videos whilst I'm in bed. Yeah, I've struggled to do that with my TV because the TV draws too much power and it flattens the batteries in the evening. So my laptop, of course, I can fully charge up during the daytime, and it gives me probably 4 hours of watching, well, TV I could if I wanted to. There's normally YouTube channels I watch, and if I do watch TV, I don't have a license, so it's always the catch-up series, but that's not a problem, because if you haven't seen it already, catch-up's fine. But watching TV these days, you've almost certainly seen it already, because it's all repeats. Hence, I don't watch TV, so I stick to YouTube. So I'm going to show you what I've made. Now, I've already done a lot of it because I've already cut it all up, put a lot of it together and painted it. Because, well, I never even thought about videoing it at that point in time when I was messing around, because I didn't know if it would work even, and I was just playing around at the time. I've been playing around for it now for this part of a week. I'll show you what I've done. So here we are. This is the base. I've just taken, what I had was that old bedding I'd taken out and all that. Well, this is a piece of the marine ply from that, and I've put an edge around it. So when my laptop sat on here, because I wanted to put this in tilted like this, so it's a better angle for viewing when laying down in bed, my laptop's not going to slide off. And the edge here, I've cut a little bit out there because on the laptop, when the power cable goes in, that just sits over the top of that then, and it's not going to damage this trying to bend it. So that can sit in there quite nicely, like so, and it just plugs into the laptop. I can actually show you that. So here's my laptop sitting on here, and as I say, I can just bring that across and plug it straight in. No problem at all. Right, let's move the laptop out of the way. So, there we have the base of it. Now I need to hang it up, and I'll show you where I've got to hang it. Here's my TV here. Let's see, I've got quite a large TV in the boat, and it does use a lot of power. I don't use it very often. Now, my small TV I did have, the sound went on it, and my parents gave me this one, so it's a freebie, so you know, it's quite nice to have occasionally. Anyway, I've got to hang my laptop. I'm going to hang it down from here and fix it over the side there, so it sits here and basically will swivel here. Let's go back and put it together. Got all the bits cut out, so now it's time to assemble. Now what I've done here is, this is going to go onto the side wall, and I've got a couple of screws in here ready to attach it to the side wall with, and a screw I've put right through here, and I've put a couple of washers on here. Number one, it gives a little bit of space so it'll swivel, and number two, it should stop it catching up. So that goes on this side, which is going to be the other side when it's turned around. Let's fix that onto there. You fix it the wrong end then, so that's going to go onto here. I've already drilled the hole. Let's just get ready to go on there. That's going to go in here. Let's screw it in. So there's a couple of washers on there. Just going to screw that in. It's going to go up something like that. It's tight, it's still just about turn because of those washers. And on the other end, the other side, here's my fixing. Now this is a lot longer because it's got to hang down from the top. So there's a couple of fixing screws I've already got there ready for the hanging down, and you'll note I've got a row of screws along here, and I'll show you what they're for in a moment. But firstly, let's attach this onto here. I can't do this right-handed, I'm going to have to turn it around. I'm left-handed, as you probably all know by now. I'm going to screw that onto there. I can try and do it one-handed here. And that's going to be up something like that. Let's tighten that up. I've countersunk these screws in here, so that it should get caught against the wood, and when you're swiveling it, not that there's going to be much swiveling going on, it should stop them from undoing themselves. Nextly, I've got a bit of cord here, and I've attached a small washer to this end, as you can see there, and a slightly larger washer to the other end. I measured it all up to make the distance to go from there to there. This first one attached it to this end. I already pre-drilled the hole. Everything's been pre-drilled because I actually dry assembled all this earlier, so to make sure it was all sort of going together, and I've just taken it apart for filming to put it back together again. I wanted to put it back together again because it wasn't actually properly done, so I'm going to attach that cord there. And what this does now, look, it will go on to various of these, so you can get your, so I'll get my angle of the dangle. I'll show you more about that once we've fixed it up on the wall. Right, let's fix it up here. Once again, I've already pre-drilled all the holes because as I said, I did offer it all up individually earlier on, make sure it all sort of went together. So there should be there's a hole there that screws are going into. Just get bit there, and there's a couple of holes up here for this to go into. That's that one fixed up. Oh, why the lights keep flashing. Must be getting low on power. It's going to start the engine in a minute. We'll say it's not very sunny. I think the fridge is running and now the lights are flashing. Tighten that in there. Tighten these up here. And then my little string will come up like so, and sits there like so. Well, I know I did tell you in the last video, well, I did stop at Manchester on my way down to here. I can lay down in bed. I didn't fancy the walk into Manchester village. Watch my laptop. It was raining hard at the time. Waterproof camera. Oh, there I'm laying down in bed, and it's a nice natural angle. I don't care. It's looking straight up at the laptop. Water drops on the camera. Job done. And all that sort of thing. And if I want a little bit of a go for the walk into the more angle, all I do is a mile or so off the unhook that there, and I can bring it down another one. Bit of a damp walk. And I think that's probably a better angle. So anyway, yes, it is. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. I'm laying down, and I can just look straight at a laptop. No idea who that is on the TV, but there you go. And the other thing about this is, of course, when not in use, I built it in such a way it just folds up out of the way. Not that it's particularly in the way there, there's part of the bed you don't really get to, but there it is, all done, ready to go. Well, there you go. There's another little bit of DIY I've done on the boat. You probably all know I love doing a little bit of DIY, and I love repurposing materials. The paint I had on the boat from doing another project, the bits and pieces of where I've taken things away down, and the edging was some pieces of wood that I was given for kindling. I think there's like a bunk bed splats or something I had quite a few of them. They came yay long, so wide. They're all sanded and nicely rounded. I think they might be enough for a cot for bedding or something like that. Anyway, I was getting them for kindling, but I thought, oh, they could be quite handy one day. And there you go. I just used them today, making the edging around the bottom. So I hope you found that a little bit interesting. As I say, I love making things on the boat. I love repurposing, and I love making things for free. And that basic was for free. Okay, I did buy the washers once upon a time before for another job. I had bought the paint once upon a time before for another job. But besides that, what can 4 washers cost and half dozen screws and a little bit of paint that you already had for other jobs? Not very much. I thank you all very much for watching. A big thank you, of course, goes out to everybody that subscribes to the channel and donates to the channel. Your help goes a long way, and me continuing making these little projects. Hopefully it's a bit drier outside, because I do want to do a little walking video here where I am at the moment, but the weather's got to sort of dry up for that. I don't like walking out in the rain. I don't like taking my cameras out in the rain. Anyway, that just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching. Trevor out.